Yeah, I tell people all the time how stupid that a lot of people can be when it comes to being used by help me, but I don't want to help you. Our people is, I mean, it's like we living in a world, bro, to where people are very selfish as hell. We living in a world where people is selfish as hell. They are. They selfish. They want you to help them, but they don't want to help you no kind of way. But they saying want to get what you saying and mix up what you saying and want to me out like what you saying or try to find out or try to say that you are the problem. And that's the reason why I named this YouTube channel I Can Relate to the Curses, because I can. I'm gonna read an example in Deuteronomy chapter 23, and I'm gonna read verses 19. It says, "Thou shalt not lend upon usury to thy brother, usury of money, usury of victuals, usury of anything that is lent upon usury. Unto a stranger thou mayest lend upon usury, but unto thy brother thou shalt not lend upon usury, that the Lord thy God may bless thee in all that thou settest thy hand to in the land, whether thou goest to possess it." I couldn't see my face. That's all right. Usury, lending usury is another word for somebody that's you promise. I think somebody mentioned it like this here. When you promise to, you ask somebody for a favor, and you promise them that you're going to do this or you're going to give it back, or you're going to do this or you're going to do that, and you refuse to do it. That means, and you know that you like owe this person, and you taking advantage of this person, and you actually haven't done the deed back, or you have not returned the favor, but you owe the person about 3 or 4 favors, but you asking them for another favor, and you already owe them 5 favors. You owe them from 5 times, but you thinking that they forgot. But you still coming to them and asking them for something, promising, and you breaking all of the treaties. I mean, you breaking all of the contracts, not treaties, but you breaking all of the contracts with them that you promised that person. That's doing that to your own brother. But the Bible says, "Unto a stranger thou mayest lend upon usury, but unto thy brother thou shalt not lend usury, that the Lord thy God may bless thee." You can't be blessed and you put usury up on your own brother. You see what I'm saying? That's what I be telling people. You can't lend usury up on your own brother and think God gonna bless you. Nah. Mom, I don't talk. Well, I don't look, man. I'm doing something else. I ain't got time for that no more, man. I'm just gonna do what I gotta do. All right, huh? Yeah, yeah, stuff like that. All right, let me do this here. Let me do this. Let me come out here. Yeah, I'm gonna come out here. Um, Thou shalt not lend usury upon thy brother. What does that usury mean?
Here's what I found on the web.
A real estate pro. I can sell myself and profit and brought if brother want to sell. I'll tell you what, let's do this. What is the definition of USU?
Here's the definition of U.
No, I just hold on. Wait a minute. Let me do. What is the definition of USURY? No. What is the definition of USURY?
According to JLPT Sensing.
No, I didn't. They USURY. What is the definition?
Here's the definition of usury. The illegal action or practice of lending money at unreasonably high rates of interest.
The illegal action or practices of lending money at unreasonable high rates of interest. The medieval prohibition on usury, system extorting, money lending, payday lending, loan shaking, shy looking, or something like that. I don't know what the hell it is. Okay, this has to do with lending money or borrowing money from somebody, let's say your neighbors or whatever, and you refuse to like want to pay it back, or you just, and you already owe the person a couple more times, you know it, but you're saying it, you're breaking every one of you're breaking the contract that you made with the person, and you're not keeping all of the contract, or you're not keeping the contract promises, I should say, if I said that right, that you made, that you will pay this person back. You just want to get what you want, or can you do this or that for me, or can you do this, can you babysit, or this and that, and then you turn around and you just don't keep the promises that you've made with the person. If you do this or that for me, I promise you I will do this and that for you. But you break every last one of the contracts that you said that you would do, but you just want to get what you want out of this person. That's what it means. Don't do stuff like this to your brother. Now let's go to I think that's Hebrews 12 and no, I think let's see here. Hebrews 12. No, I think it might be 15, I'm thinking. I think it's 15. I'm saying 12, but it's probably 15. Yeah, 15. It says, and if thy brother, an Hebrew man or a Hebrew woman, that's who it's talking about. If thy brother, an Hebrew man or Hebrew woman, that means you don't try to use your Hebrew brother or Hebrew man. Don't do that to your brother. But it says right. Let's go back. Let's just go back a couple of steps. I want to make sure I got it right. Let's you know. Oh, I'm way over too far. Here we go. Deuteronomy chapter 23 and 19. Thou shalt not lend upon usury to thy brother, usury of money, usury of victuals, victuals. Let's see here. Let's see what let's look. Hold on. Usury of victuals, usury of anything that is lent upon usury. Anything. It can be your car. It can be whether this person got a car and you're saying, I want you to take me here. I want you to take me yonder. I want you to take me over here. I want you to take me there. I want you to take me over here. Just whatever. It can be food. Can I borrow this? I'll do this and I do that. And you just doing this here, but you ain't showing the person no love and no concern. The Most High said he wouldn't have you to keep doing that for that person. He would have you to keep doing that. Or I don't care how, well, babe, you can't do it. You can't take it out on the kids and you can't do this and that and the third. No, you have to leave. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, you got to cut it off. You see what I'm saying? Because a lot of people use that, their children, to an advantage. to get what they want. You see what I'm saying? You can't do that. If it's not right, then you cut the grown people, you cut them off, because what it's doing is hurting you. You know? Let's look up victuals. That's the word I read across. What is the definition of victuals?
Here's the definition of victual. Archaic. Food or provisions.
Food, drink, fare, cooking, nourishment, bread, daily, food stuff, refreshments, enabling, food supplies, stuff like that. Don't use people. Don't use your own brother or your own sister for your own gain for stuff like that. This is something that our people, especially our grandmothers, you see what I'm saying, and all of them, they allow, we allow these things is to go on. You see what I'm saying? But the Most High is telling us is to use wisdom. Just because you cut yourself off from a certain thing, that doesn't lessen your love for that person because you're doing that. See, a lot of people getting making wise decision and not loving mixed up. You getting these things mixed up. You gotta like do what's good for you and not what's bad for you. He don't want you to be. He said we're fools for his sake, but he didn't say we are no damn fools. You see what I'm saying? That's where we got to step up and we got to be wise. We can't keep just letting people just screw us over. But obviously, we don't get that. We still trying to love our enemy. We still trying to hold on to our enemies and all that type of stuff. We can't keep doing that. You got to separate yourself. Let's go there. Because a lot of people, bro, they don't. Ecclesiastes 6 and verse 1. Instead of a friend, become not an enemy, for thereby thou shalt inherit an ill name, shame, and reproach. Even so shall a sinner that has a double tongue. Exhort not thyself in the counsel of thy own heart. Exhort not thyself in the counsel of thy own heart, that thy soul be not torn in pieces, as a bull shreds alone. Thou shalt eat up thy leaves and loose thy fruit, and leave thyself as a dry tree. A wicked soul shall destroy him that has it, and shall make him to be laughed to scorn of his enemies. Sweet language will multiply friends, and a fair speaking tongue will increase kind greatness. Be in peace with many. Be in peace with many. Nevertheless, have but one counselor of 1,000. If thou wouldest get a friend, prove him first, and be not hasty to credit him. Meaning that everybody is not your friend. When somebody come around and they claiming to be something, a real friend is not going to use you. So why would you continue to hold on to a friend that's going to use the shit out of you? That's not a real friend to do some shit like that. No, that's nothing good. What's fucking good about being used by a friend? What's good about that? You tell me what's good about that. It doesn't matter who it is. If you my enemy and you just in danger, I'm not gonna want to hang with you. For some men is a friend for his own occasion. For some men is a friend for his own occasion, and will not abide in the day of thy trouble. And there is a friend who being turned to an enemy, and strife will discover thy reproach. Again, some friend is a companion at the table, and will not continue in the day of thy affliction. But in thy prosperity he will be as thyself, and will be bold over thy servant. If thou be brought low, he will be against thee, and he will hide himself from thy face. Verse 13, separate thyself from thy enemies, and take heed of thy friends. There you got it. I'll be back. We're going to talk about some more of this.